So let's look a little closer at the various functions of this true multifunction control port, compass port. So as IR, you could use a stereo. We give you emitters in the packaging with MC1000. And of course, the signal's on the tip. You have your ground on the base, and the ring would just be no contact. IR in. Why would you ever want IR in? We can actually listen for an IR signal. We could do things with that while we're listening, while we're open for that IR signal. We could have a bidirectional driver, for example, that says, okay, if we receive this from the zone, then we need to execute this whole macro event. So that's a pretty neat feature, a port that's listening for specific IR commands to come in. We have bidirectional RS-232, tip, ring, and ground. Tip is TX, ring is RX, so T and T, R and R, that makes sense, and your ground on your base, of course. Voltage sensing. This is for the MC1000 and MC2500 only. The MC2500 is no longer an active part, but there are units out there, of course, but not for our matrix switchers with the master controller embedded. We'll get into that in the next section of these videos. But you can sense voltage. So for example, a simple television is not a bidirectional RS-232 or TCP/IP communicating device. Instead, a simple television can tell you it's on though by having live voltage when it powers on. For example, the analog video connector will be, 2 volts peak to peak signal up there, I believe. And so what happens is you could create bidirectional events that say, oh, if the TV turns on because maybe somebody just pressed a button on the television, then let's go ahead and execute the rest of these events as well. Voltage triggering to control screens, to control relays, to control shades and this kind of thing, amplifiers, 5-volt output level, voltage on the tip, and sensing not only for voltage, but as I mentioned before, composite video or PCM, just like before, you would just plug in on a 3.5. So there's not a need for a special accessory for trigger and sensing voltage with the MCs in the compass control.